It is January the 7th, 2024 for another dark episode. And I got up early and I went right and did the groceries, which I think I have stumbled upon an actually really good thing to do, which is to get the groceries done immediately, first thing in the morning, having made the list the night beforehand, so that I get home before 10, have breakfast, and have the entire day stretch out before me versus what I'd been doing before, which was like kind of fumble around, finally get out to do the groceries at like 11:30, get back at like whatever 1, have lunch late, and end up being done and ready for the rest of the day at like 2:33, and basically the day was over. So I feel like I've given myself an entire full day of a weekend, which is tremendous, tremendous. So I'm gonna really hold on to this and try and make the effort to be how I do things. So sort of I'm leaving the house at around 8 and getting off, getting and going and getting the groceries. This is truly a life hack for myself. I mean, most stunningly obvious life hack, but sometimes you need to do something a couple of times and go, oh yeah, that actually worked. It happened because Christmas, and it was like, okay, Christmas was basically happening the very next day. So it was like, oh God, it's going to be horrible at the grocery store. I do not want to arrive there in the height of weekend grocery shopping on the day before Christmas. I want to get there early. So I did that. I did that actually with Jackie and Ja. And that worked so well that the next one was New Year's Day. And it would also be a busy one. So I did that one. And then this one was just a regular shopping day. But I got up and did the same. And it freaking works really well. So I am going to try and make a great effort to continue that. And it's very calming to shop at the very break of day when there's hardly anyone around. It's like, oh, it's like this is how you organize your life to live in a world that is a little less crowded for once. And that was quite nice. That quite appeals to me. That whole, there's that scenes in like 28 Days Later, and a couple of other kind of like after Armageddon or something's happened and it's killed all the other human beings, and there's just people walking around in empty landscapes, and it's eerie, but it's also strangely like, ooh, it's very zen. It's like you cleaned your room just before you're gonna move. Like you took away 75% of the things because you want to sell the place, and it makes everything seem very, very like, ooh, this is the best fictional part of myself that I'm trying to use to sell a house. But it's like, oh, if I could only live this way, if I could only have this fewer belongings. And there's a thing of like, ooh, if I could live in a world that had this many less people in it, wouldn't that be lovely? At least one part of me thinks that. All right, I will leave it there on that rather disquieting note. Don't worry, I'm not planning on getting rid of all the people. I'm just thinking like, ooh, organizing your life so you're not in contact with as many of them is quite nice. All right, ciao.